It happened very close to home, but it had maximum impact on my world, which completely changed the trajectory of where I was going. I almost lost my life a couple of times. The initial injuries that I sustained was a fractured and dislocated left hip, pelvis, ribs, ankle. Quite severe bruising, lots of pain. Some days it feels like it's never going to end. Other days I feel so bad and I can't really tell my family, but there are some days where I wish I had just died in the accident because life has changed so much. And it's a constant grieving process of things like just watching on TV the travel guides, you know, on the Great Wall of China going, hang on a minute, that was on my bucket list and I can't do that anymore. I can't ride a horse. You know, I won't be able to go skydiving. Like all these things that were on my bucket list of things to do, and I can't do them anymore. So it's been about a lot of learning about changing to what I can do now, and just trying not to let it get me down too much so you can move forward. So obviously it was not my time. My guardian angel probably tag teams with a couple of them to keep me alive with what I've gone through in my life, but I do firmly believe that our end date is actually predetermined on our arrival date in the world, and it doesn't matter how you live your life in between. Your end date is your end date, and clearly mine's not here yet. So we'll just keep going, and I keep going because of the very supportive people that I have in my world. And that has actually caused me to change the way I view the world. So I guess for me, I used to think that the measure of how successful I was in this world had to do with, you know, the car I drove, the house I lived in and all that sort of stuff, when in actual fact it's, you know, the legacy that you leave on people is not your cars, your house, your money. It's the impact you have on those people's lives in the time in which you give them. So I realised that during this time, it was, you know, so evidently important that I spend time with the people who mean the world to me. But it also changed my job as well. So I had a career in disability support as a support worker, and I loved my job and I miss my job very much. So I've had to find different ways of being able to do the job. So whilst I was rehabbing and everything, I've been studying as well. I'm not one to sit around and just do nothing. And I was determined that I was still going to make an impact on the world, and I do that in two ways: the impact I have in the world with my family, but also through my career. So I've switched to a more kind of office-based role of still helping people, but I guess I don't place as much importance on the work stuff as opposed to the home stuff, because the home stuff is where it's more important. It's that spending time and building the bonds with your family. That's the stuff that makes you a very rich person. So at the end of the day, I might not have a lot of money, but I am one of the richest women in the world because of the people that I have in my life, who care about me and I care about them. So that's what matters at the end of the day, because money's not going to keep you warm on your deathbed, but your family will. Yeah, I guess having been to a few funerals and stuff lately, I guess I don't really want a funeral where people go, oh, you know, she was such a wonderful person, yada, 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 if they don't actually mean it. Like, chuck a party. Say, yeah, she was a bitch, because yes, there's been times in my life where, yeah, I have been. But yeah, I think I just want people to remember just how much my family and my friends mean to me, and how much I would go to the ends of the earth to protect them and what we have. so much advice for future generations. But I think the most important thing is if you go through your life treating other people the way you would like to be treated, then I believe the world will be a lot better place to live, because none of us want to be treated badly. None of us like it if we're being bullied or if we miss out on something or anything like that. So if you can treat other people in the world the way you're treated, then, you know, it's that whole just passing on to the next person about what's acceptable and not acceptable, you know. Like, I really firmly believe that everybody is entitled to believe whatever they want to believe, and just because it might be wrong for you does not make it wrong for the other person. And I don't think that any one person has the right to tell somebody else that what they're thinking or what they're feeling is wrong, because it's obviously right for them. So I think if we remember that, just those two things, like treat people the way you want to be treated and just accept that people are different. This whole world is different. We're made up of many different cultures, beliefs, countries. And if you look at the world with a bit of excitement and, you know, instead of trying to find things to criticise, look at the things to celebrate. Look at the way other people, you know, celebrate things. I mean, just for instance, you know, have a look at the people from India. Their weddings, they're full of colour and culture and days of celebration, you know, which is so very different to how we celebrate weddings here, white dresses and, you know, speeches and things like that. So just embrace all the things that are different, and instead of looking for fault in things, look at the wonderment and the beauty that is in the world, because we really do live in a beautiful world. And in Australia, we're very lucky because we are very multicultural. We live in a very beautiful country, and we have the ability to access some of the best services and stuff that we've got. So just take away that I'm right, you're wrong, and just start looking at it as I'm right for me, you're right for you. I think one of the major things that I would tell my younger self is to trust myself more, trust my instincts, just trust myself, and remember to not criticise myself too much. I'm going to be true to myself, and I'm going to live my life true to myself. Then I think you will make a very positive impact on the world. And if everybody makes that positive impact on the world, that's where big changes and stuff come from. So yeah, just trust in yourself. That's what I would tell myself. I would tell myself, trust in myself, believe in myself, and talk to myself with compassion.